Okay, so we are going to continue.
I'd like to also create a directory for notes. So if we use mkdir notes and then perform an ls-l, you can see that I now have a new folder that's been created called notes. When we looked earlier at the ls command, we
Okay, now our topic is the CH mode. So yesterday I requested you please wait. So I'm going to explain what the CH mode. So when we are talking about the CH mode, we are going to change the mode of a file system. So you can see here we have the that these are the permissions on the file. R for read, W for write, X for execute. So we can also use the octal. Octal notation means the conversion, the base 8, right? So conversion of base 8, that is called the octal 8. So the base 8 notation we can also use. So we have to think about. So when we're talking about the permissions, we have to look at the three things: the file owner, U, the group G, and others for O, and for all is A. So now you can see here. So when you are going to write on this command, ls-l. So what it will show you? It will show you the detailed listing of the file. So how we can read? So here is written RW, then again hyphen. So these three values, they belong to the owner. Okay. The next one you can see R hyphen hyphen. Another three values, they belong to the group. And the last one you can see the R hyphen hyphen. So this belongs to the others. So when we are going to execute, so you have to see, look at this one. So for example, this file, what is the file name is? What is this file? So you can see here. So this file has the, what is the permissions are given? RW. R mean read, W for write. So this, the file don't have a permission to the owner. So how to change the owner? So we can also give the X for execute. So this was the reason yesterday when we are going to create the file. So we have to give the execute permission. So we can run the file. So point is clear to everyone? Please let me know. Hello? Anybody is there?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you will look at the file, so you have to understand. So we have a three, the what you call it. The first three values belongs to the owner. Another the three belongs to the group. Another three belongs to the others. So whenever we want to execute the file, so it's not very simple like Windows. We just create a file, we open. No. Here is, we have a more control. So now you can see here, we have to execute the permissions. We have to give. So maybe we can also use the octal. Octal I mentioned to you, with the base 8 values we can use it. Okay. So let's see this video.
we were able to see the file permissions area of that particular command. It's over on the left-hand side, and it's a series of R's, W's, X's, and they're all in a particular order on the screen. These are referring to the mode of these particular objects, these objects being files on our system, and the R, the W, and the X are associated with read permissions, write permissions, and execute permissions. In Linux, you can have separate permissions associated with the owner of that particular object, the group that owns that object, and then everyone else who may have access to that object. Let's say that we were changing the mode or their permissions to a particular file. To be able to do that in Linux, use the chmod command. So chmod, and then the mode you would like to use, which is a series of numbers or letters.
Okay, so this, the table is very important. So for example, I have already mentioned to you, so when you are going to look at the permissions, so there are the three, the what you call it, I should use the word groups. So the first three letter belongs to the owner. The next three words, not words, the letters belongs to the group, and the last three belongs to the owner, the others. So R means, so I should know. R means read permission. W for write. It means I can change the content. X for execute if I want to run the file. So you can see here, if all these three permissions, so then they are equal to 7. So you can see here, so I try to understand this, the table, 0, none, so the hyphen, 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 so this is the binary conversion. Okay, so the one means if this bit is on, so it means if I want to only give the execute permission, then I will give the 1. So, and then if I want to give the write permission, then this bit is on, so which is equivalent to the 2. So think about the binary. Okay, and if I want to give the write and execute, so that this bit is on and this bit is on, and which is equivalent to 3. If I just want to give the only read permission, so then I will, this bit is on, and then which is equivalent to the binary is 4. So sorry, decimal equal. So this is a binary. If I convert into the decimal, is 4. And then if you look at here, hyphen R hyphen X, so it means I have given the read and execute. So that time it is equivalent to the, the, what you call it, the, so we already mentioned, so this is an octal, so all the base of 8, so the value will be 5. If we have a read and write, so these two bits are on, so the value will be 6. If all permissions are there, then it is equivalent to 7. So that's why I mentioned to you, you have to understand. So first three letters, they belong to the user. The next three letters belong to the groups. The last three letters belong to the others. So in this way, we can know, okay, RWX, it means the owner has a permission to read, write, and execute the file. Okay, what about the group? So for example, if I have created the one group, so that group has only the permission of R. R means read, so which is equivalent to 4. You see, if read, so the value can be 4. Others, so R, so also has the permission 4. For example, if I want to change the mode, so yesterday I think we have written chmod 755. Yes or no? Could you please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
what
sir.
do you mean? What do you mean 755? 7 means the owner. So I have created, I am a owner. Okay, so I have the permission read, I can change the content, and I can execute the file. The 5 means the others group. Others and the groups, so they have a permission to read and execute the file. They don't have a permission to change the content of the file. So is that clear? The point. So how to understand the chmod? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then the name of the file. So chmod
Yes,
744.sh. Let's break down what this particular command would do with the permissions for script.sh. If we look at the command mode that we are setting is 744. The first number is the permissions that will be associated with the user who owns the file. The second number is associated with the group that is associated with the file. And the last number is associated with everyone else who is not part of that user or group. The number is actually a representation of reading, writing, and execute. And if we were to look at this, you could see it is the same as a binary representation if you know how to do binary math. For example, 0 is no permission access, which means you don't have access to read, write, or execute. And the highest level of access is a 7, which is turning on read, write, and execute access for that user, that group, or everyone else. Let's look at the permissions that we set for script.sh. Looking at this output of the ls command, we can see that the owner of the file is professor and the group associated with the file is staff. We know that we assigned the mode 7 for the user or owner, so the professor user has mode 7, which allows professor to read, write, and execute this file. The 4 in the middle is associated with the group staff, so anybody in the staff group would be able to perform the same function as a mode 4, which is read only. And in this particular case, we also have 4 as the last number, so anyone who is not the owner of the file or in the same group as the file would also have access 4, which would be a read only. Although at first it seems like a jumble of letters have been placed on the screen next to the user, the group, and the file name, after some practice you do find that you're able to pick out very quickly what the rights and permissions are, and you can easily view them as you're viewing the ls-l command.
Okay, so when you are looking at this, the file, so all these letters, now you can easily identify. Okay, so the first 3 letters, so they belong to the user. The next 3 letters, group. Then last 3 letters belong to the other. In this way, you can easily identify the permissions. So through the ls command, so then you will see, oh, for example, is r hyphen hyphen. It means read permission is there, but no write and no execute. So this is the way you have more clear picture about this permission. Is there any question at this stage? Please let me know.
Sir, what is a difference between group and others?
Groups, for example, you have created the groups. For example, why we are going to create a groups? For example, we have created the one group staff. So staff we already know about that staff. They have a certain the permission. So the administrator. So think about that administrator. So the administrator, how he is going to, what to call it, the plan his work. So for example, I just give the example. We have a instructor, we have a student. The instructor has different permissions, right? So the instructor maybe has read permission, maybe execute permission. But if you will look at it in the colleges or universities, the students, they don't have a permission to download software or maybe install any software, right? So as a administrator, so they create the groups to make their life easier. So in this way, they already know, okay, so they create instead of giving the permission one by one each user, so they have the group, so they make all these the user in that specific group. Okay, so when they are going to assign, they already know, okay, so this is the staff group. I have given these are the permissions. Okay, others means you can just think about the individual user. Okay, so they come under the category of the others. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Gurinda, is there any question? I think your voice is broken. Gurinder, any question?
There are also a number of shortcuts that you could use with the chmod command. We use chmod with the number 734 to specify that the user had read, write, and execute. That was our 7. The group had read only. That was the middle 4. And everyone else also had read only. That was the last 4. But you could also abbreviate some of this access by using some of the letters. For example, chmod A means that we are going to associate a permission for all users, and the -W means no writing to the particular file that we've specified.
Okay, so these are also a shortcut you can use. You can see here the chmod A-W. So it means for all the users, so I can give the all. So this is the for what you call it. You can see there is no permissions for the groups and W for others. So this is the way you have to understand. Users, groups, and others. For the users, all permission, group for no permissions, and others for writing. And we can also use this command as well. Chmod u plus x. So what do you mean u? You mean owner. Okay, so that's
Another example of this is to use the U, which means the user or owner of the particular file. So we could chmod for the user with a plus X, which means that we're going to enable execute access for the user for script.sh.
so you see here. So this is another. We are just focusing only the user or the owner. So yesterday you have seen the 755. So you can also use this command chmod u plus x. I want to give the the user the execute permission, and then I can specify it from file. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at the files that are in my documents folder. We have this third.txt file, which is both in the professor name.
Okay, and one more thing, you have to also understand the point ls-l. So you will see here, if there is a directory, so the D is start. That that you can see here. So the RDO. So this is the RDO is the directory which will start with the letter D. D means directory. So the third.txt. So this is a file. So here instead of D there is written hyphen. So in this way you can also identify the more information. So if the letter D, so it means so this is a directory. If the hyphen, so it means this is a file. So and after that you can see the three letters RWX. Okay, so we have a read, write, and execute permission on this folder. For the groups, so they have read and then execute permission, and for the others read and execute permissions. So you can have now the clear picture what is the meaning of all these letters. Okay, so point is clear to everyone? Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Name and professor group, and you can see that we have an RW with no X, we have an R and then no options, and then finally the last three options have nothing listed either. This means that the owner has read and write access to the file, the group has read access to the file, and then everyone else has no access to this file. We can use the chmod command to change these parameters. Let's use chmod with 7 to specify that the owner would get all access to the file. We'll use 4 to change this to be read-write access for the group, and we'll use 0 to maintain that there would be no access for anyone else, and then we'll specify third.txt. If we look at the permissions again, you'll see that they have.
Okay, so now you will see here, I'm going to change the permission of third.txt. In the third.txt, the owner has only the permission of read and write, no execute. So when we will say 7, so you can see the 7 means all permissions, right? And R hyphen hyphen, it means the group has only the read permissions, right? And the others they don't have. So they are going to change the permission 740. I want to give the owner all permissions. So when you have written this command and you want to verify, so in the IT field, when you are going to write on the command, you have to verify. So what I have done it is executed or no, right? So now you can see here the third.txt file. So you can see here RWX. So before that it has only read and write. So RWX, so it also has the permission of execute this file. So now you can see professor. Professor is the owner. Maybe he has created his user account with the name of professor. Maybe on your what you call it operating system you have Azureka is the I think the username. So now you can see here. So this professor is the owner of this file, and it has the the read, write, and execute permission. If you have any question at this stage, please let me know.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Have changed to
No, sir.
RWX for the owner, R blank blank for the group, which is read only, and then no access for anyone else. Not only can you change the permissions associated with the user and group, you can change the user and group who owns that particular file. You would do this with the chown command. To use chown, you would type in sudo chown and then the owner :group that you'd like to associate to the particular file. For example, if you use sudo chown professor script.sh, it will change the ownership of this file for the user to be professor. On my computer, I have a third.txt file, and you can see the owner of the file is root, and the group associated with the file is stack.
Okay, so this one is slightly different. Chown. Chown command basically used change the ownership. So before that, chmod you have seen the permissions. So the mostly the student they are confused about this command. So you should have a clear understanding about these two commands. Chmod, think about we have a file, how we are going to change the permissions or how we are going to assign the rights. Okay. The second, the chown means we are talking about the ownership. So I'm going to change the ownership of this file. I'm giving this ownership to another user. How I can give? So now you can see here the third.txt. So here you can see the root. Root is the owner of the file third.txt. Okay, what is? So you can see here first column owner, then groups, then others. So now you can see here the third.txt. Who is the owner? Root is the owner. So now I want to give, maybe I have some users I have on my operating system. I want to give the permission. Yes, just Paul, what's your question?
Sir, what does 2 and 1 mean before the owner?
Sorry, your voice is not very clear.
Like,
Repeat your question.
there are numbers written before the owner. What does those mean? Like 2, 2, 1, 2.
So this is
Yeah, those
the
one.
two. So here is, if you will look at here. So just give me a second. You have very good questions, So, but according to my understanding, if you will look at here, you can see. If you will look at here, we have when we are going to do the execute permission. If you will look at here, x, how many times it comes? 2 times, right? You can execute. Here is the 2x. So the two people, the one owner, one is staff. They can have the permission to execute the file. And here the x is 1. Only the one person, only the one the group, they have a permission to execute the file. Is that clear?
No.
This part?
Okay, sir. Or what I thought that for directory it's 2 and for file it's 1. That could also be right.
This Pal, I have some problem with your the echo is, I think, very.
What I was saying
Will you
was,
please reduce your volume? So it's very disturbing. So I can have a clear question.
what I was saying was that for
Yes.
directories it might be 2 and for files it might be 1. That could also be right.
Yeah, but it can be possible. You can also this option, but here is we don't have enough information about this, so I will go through again and I will confirm. Is it okay? This part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we can look at here.
Now, I'd like to change the ownership of the file to be my name, professor, instead of the user root. So I'll perform a sudo. I want to chown this.
Okay, so you have to understand why we are going to use sudo command. We are logged in as a administrator, right? So sometimes you can have a problem why I cannot run this command. The reason you don't have enough privilege or permission. So now you can use the command sudo. Is that clear? Sudo and I'm going to change the ownership. CHO. I'm going to change the ownership. So let's continue.
to professor, and then the file name is third.txt. And now if I look at the file, you can see that the username associated with the ownership of this file is now set to professor.
Okay, so now you have seen sudo change ownership. So before that third.txt, who's the owner? Root. So I want to change the ownership to professor. And what is the file name? Third.txt, and then ls-l. So you can see the base third.txt. Yeah. So now it has been changed from root to professor. Is there any other question? Please let me know.
No, sir.
Okay.
As a system administrator, there'll be times when you need to look at the network configuration of a particular Linux system. If this Linux device has a wireless
Okay, Guranda. What's your question?
Sir, I didn't get the two to one part.
Okay, so here's we have two options. So the number one, two possibilities, but I will confirm tomorrow. Okay. So number one is this one, the execute permission. Execute, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's- yeah, two times. Here, execute. Another option.
There's
Another
3x.
option. Okay. Here's yeah. So 3x. So then the two means with the directory, one means with the file. If the value is
It may be
two,
the number of subdirectories in that folder.
so that is
I think it may be.
no. I
Sorry.
say that this is the number of the the directories. So they have given the number 2, and if we have a file, then the number is 1.
So actually in the starting of permission there is written D that denotes the directory, and if that is minus, that denotes the file.
Yes, you are right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's I say, no? So here the file, so they have given noted with the number 1, and if the D denoted with 2. Okay, so but you can have you already created the files. Could you please check again and see the India? Last time we have created the 2 subdirectories in India. So what it shows? Check it again. Maybe you already have a file, right? You can check the command. Is it showing the 2, 3, or 4? What?
Sir, it's right. It shows the amount of subdirectories. It shows 3 in that.
Oh, okay. So it means the number of subdirectories, right?
Right.
Okay, well done. So I got one more. I never think about this thing. This is a way. Okay, so well done, Akash. Okay, so now we are going to move. Is there any other question? Please let me know. Okay, what I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to stop here. Okay, and I want to give you the one activity. Please do it for me, and then. So mostly the commands we have done. So now we have some commands which are related to the networking and with the SSH. So SSH, we will discuss this later on. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just give me 1 minute. So let me check my D12 first. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. You can go to the D12. Okay, so you can go to the this is the D12. So you can see on the left side, you can see exercises. So you click on the exercises. Okay, and then you can click on exercise. So could you please look at this one, create a directory ABC and then create two directories in ABC and DFE, okay? DF and XYZ in ABC. Yes, Akash, what's your question?
Sir, actually, I tried this exercise, but I was unable to complete the sixth and seventh step.
In the exercise one,
Yes, sir. Sixth and seventh step.
okay, so we will go through today, no issues, okay?
Yes.
So, okay, so everyone, so now we are going together. So please go through this exercise one. Please, everyone. Everyone has seen this in the file? Yes or no? Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please go through and then I think it's very small activity. So now 11 o'clock is the best time to see this question. Could you please acknowledge me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Well done.
Sir, to create multiple files, the command was touch, right?
Touch.
Okay.
Yes, just what you're saying.
What I was saying was to create multiple files, the command was touch, right?
I don't know. So this is your exercise. What is the way you are going to create? It's up to you.
Okay.
So you have to understand: is this the empty file or the with the data?
Yeah.
So we have to understand. So we have multiple ways, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, for second step, do we have to use a single command or we can complete that in two commands?
Akash, this is up to you. You know. So how you are going to manage your work, right? Understand? So it's I didn't specify any condition, right? Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
जो मैं भेजे उन्होंने कॉपी करी शायद टर्मिनल में। ऑलरेडी भेज दिया पिक्स। हाँ पिक्स भेज दी, उसको कॉपी कर ली। ओके हेलो
Sahil, Lovepreet, based on all the video. Joban, Kurinder, China. Amandeep, Neha, Parminder, Karanbir, Arshdeep, Sukhmanpreet, Kulwinder, Munjadkar, Sukhman, Preet, have you done?
No, sir.
Mohit?
साहिल मैंने हंसाना ABC MKDIR चुप रह साहिल मैं दांत तोड़ देने तेरे
आई कौन है?
Carry on, both of you, Mohit and Sukhman. I understand you're cheating with your professor. Okay, let me write down the names.
No, sir. Actually, she is my friend. One of my friend. She is not in the class.
Sukhman. Sukhman. So plagiarism, the allegation, cheating. So if we have allegation of plagiarism, we can fail this course. Okay, just wait, Sukhman. I'm sending the email to you.
Sir, actually, I am not cheating.
So what you're doing? Making fool of people?
Sir, I am talking to one of my friend. She is not in our college or not in our class also.
Excuse me, sir. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Let's go in there. What's the question? Go in there, right?
Yes, sir.
Who is calling me?
No one?
Anish,
Okay. Anish.
I was calling you.
Okay, yes.
Sir, there is permission denied on my system. I don't know. Can you help me?
I already told you the sudo, if you can log in with the supervisor,
Yes, sir.
sudo hyphen I.
No, sir, I haven't did this, but sir, I did some of the directories over there. But there is permission denied while I am copying the file into the another one.
You can use sudo command before that. Okay,
Sir,
you can share your screen.
yeah, thank you, sir.
If this is a situation, you have to add sudo. You know, just now we have seen that change ownership. We have used the command sudo before, right?
Can you see?
Permission denied, right? So, okay, just write on sudo before. Remove mv. Sudo.
sudo
So,
hyphen I.
yeah, just remove sudo first. Remove sudo first.
Yes, sir.
Up arrow key, press up arrow key. Up,
Yes, sir.
okay. So before write on sudo,
Sir,
go in the beginning and add the sudo. Go in the
sir,
beginning. I said up arrow key. Yeah, the copy command is already there, right?
yes,
Down,
sir.
down arrow key, down arrow key. Press down arrow key again. Yeah. Now, yeah, go to the where you have arrow cp hyphen r. I want this file. I want this command. Up arrow key. Down up arrow key. No, just down arrow key. Down arrow key. Down arrow key. Okay, so here is you have this problem, So now you have to understand. You have to add the sudo before the cp. So go left arrow key, go in the beginning, go into the beginning and add sudo. Space. Then enter now. Why put I? I didn't ask you to put I. You change the hyphen.
Sir, we don't need to put I in it.
No. That is for login, right?
Yes, sir.
Space. Why hyphen I? Enter now. So enter the password. Eureka.
Eureka?
I think it was the password, right? Eureka, right?
Sir, I'm tapping, but sir, it's not type over here.
How come? It will not show you anything. Type Eureka and press enter. Type Eureka. So there's no such file or directory. So what should I do? Even you don't know what is the /txt. There's no /txt. Txt is a file or the folder. You don't know the rules. You are not following the rules and you're putting the txt. I didn't see any
Yeah.
txt in the folder. The files are there, but no txt. Even you don't know how to write on the file name. First, fix this issue. If you had, then you can add sudo. That's it. So there's no problem with the permission denied. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
हेलो हेलो, वो नंबर 10 के में शो हो गए यार कि मैं हेलो मैं क्या 10 अच्छा एनी डेस्क ओके एक मिनट 27 271 993 430 ओके हैं हाँ मेन टर्मिनल है आधे सिंपलेक्स बनी हुई है
Tanu, have you finished the exercise?
कि मैं
Tanu, could you please respond to me?
Yes, sir. I'm doing, sir.
हेलो
I don't think you're doing, you're looking at the back.
Sir, my roommate is talking to someone.
ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਬਸ ਅੱਛਾ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਦੇਈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ ABC ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੂਟ 'ਚ ਦੇਣੀ ਸੀ ਇਹੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਸੀ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਚਲ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਡਿਸਕਨੈਕਟ ਠੀਕ ਆ हेलो हाँ ब्रो ना दिक्कत क्या आ रही है अभी वो तो है मुझे अपना बता क्या है ਹੈਲੋ, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਐਨੀ ਟੈਸਕ ਵਰਤਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਟਾਈਪ ਕਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ? ਉਹਦਾ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਿਲਾਇਆ, ਮੈਂ ਲਿਖੀ ਜਾਣਾ, ਕੁਛ ਟਾਈਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਚੱਕ ਲਿਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਨਾ। ਆਟੋ ਕੈਪਚਰ ਆਫ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਊਗਾ? ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਮਿਲੂ ਹੁਣ? ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ? ਔਨ ਹਾਂ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਮੋਹਿਤ ਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਯਾਰ। ਚਲ ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ हेलो एल टाइप कर, एडुरेका टाइप कर दे। मेरे टाइप नहीं हो रहा है मेरे कीबोर्ड से तेरे पे। अब तुम MKDIR नो RMDIR कर।
Yes, Govinda, what's the question?
RMDIR space ABCXYZ
Sir, can you please explain the 10th step?
space XYZ। DEF क्यों कर रहा है? चलो कर दो ए बी ओके। फिर कर RMDIR, सॉरी कल्ला सिर्फ RM कर दे। RM स्पेस -R और अब ABC स्पेस ABC LS करो। ओके हो गया डिलीट सारा। ਹੁਣ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਟੈਪਸ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਉਹ ਬਣਾਈ ਚੱਲ।
So here is the question number 10
ਦੇਖਣ ਦੇ ਫਿਰ
is
ਨਾਲ ਦੀ
from
ਨਾਲ।
the root directory. So first of all, you have to know how to log in as a root. So how we are writing sudo -i, right?
MKDIR
Yes,
ABC
root. So from the root, what you have to do? You have to show all the
CD
files on
ABC
XYZ folder. So who has
MKDIR
access to
DEF
it?
XYZ।
So here is the concept of the absolute path. What is the concept?
DEF
Do you
XYZ।
understand the point, Gurinder?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in this
अब LS डालना।
so you should not be in the XYZ folder.
ओके
You should
और
go to the
टच कमांड दे के
root,
जो भी
and from the root you have to
फाइल्स
show
दी है ना
the
एक्सरसाइज में वो सब क्रिएट कर दिया, जिमें डुप्लेक्स TXT
XYZ
सिंप्लेक्स
folder,
TXT
the
ये
extension
सब
is
दे दे।
.txt. That's it.
वो कर दे टच कर दे टच डुप्लेक्स TXT स्पेस डुप्लेक्स .txt स्पेस सिंप्लेक्स .txt oxc.tlt AUEXI .tlt फिर simple.txt। जो oxc है वो tlt है, इसके बाद simple.txt है। फिर complex.tlt एंटर कर दो। LS करो। अब क्या करना है? CP
This Paul, what are the updates?
Sir, I am done.
Good, well done. Simranjit Singh.
एक मिनट
Simranjit
सर ने बोल दिया।
Manjot Kaur.
CP
Done,
space
sir.
डाल दी, स्टार दब दो,
Good, well done.
स्टार.
Lovepreet, go.
हाँ. Dot txt
Sir, I am on the 6th step.
space xyz.
Okay, Shaina.
Done, sir.
That
Enter.
you're still isolated.
I
CD
know, sir, I am fully vaccinated, so I don't need any quarantine.
xyz.
Oh, okay. So now you're free from isolation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Enter
Where's your
करिए.
friend?
Sir, she has
LS.
gone to apply for a SIN number.
Okay.
During night time?
Simple.
Sir, she wrote an email to you that she won't be able to present in the class today.
Simple
I
वाली
said, yeah,
तुम्हें
I
आ गई.
received the email. So we have only the 3-day classes. Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Only 9:45 to 11:45. She can go anytime, you know.
Sir, she got her appointment on that time.
Now
so
MV.
It was mandatory for her to go at that time only.
MV.
How come, you know, it's not mandatory so that we can change.
Duplex.
Okay, I'm not available this time. I'm coming this time. That's it.
Dot
Yes.
txt
Or maybe the Monday I can go. I don't have a class
space
on Monday, right?
ss dot txt.
Yes, sir.
So here they don't force you, okay. They say, okay, they will
Got
check
enter.
your availability. What about you?
Sir, I haven't applied yet.
Duplex है bro.
You have to get it, you know.
Spelling
Otherwise you
bee.
cannot go for a job.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, obviously.
So where are you living?
Sir, in Mississauga.
Okay. Yeah, many people they live in Mississauga, Brampton, you know.
Yes,
Maybe your
sir.
friends are there, right?
Sorry?
Your friends are living over there? Or your family?
MKD
No, our friends are living
ZZZ.
here. Like, we'll be shifting to Brampton soon.
Okay. Mississauga, Brampton,
and then
Mississauga.
enter कर दो.
Okay, no issues.
Yes.
MV
Did you
ss
visit
dot
the
txt
Kotoran
and then
over there?
zzz.
Mississauga?
No, sir.
Space
It's
डालो
too far.
MV के बाद.
Okay. So, what is the weather? How you compare the weather in India and Canada?
Like, when we talk to people, they are saying that it's summer here, but according to us, it's like the month of October or September in India.
Now
Like, we
Yes,
are wearing our jackets and they are just
LSZZ
wearing their
करना.
summer clothes.
Yeah, here you can
LS,
see outside
LS.
some people they wear the shorts. They're feeling very hot. You know, even in this weather.
zzz.
Yeah, the weather is quite unpredictable.
Yeah, you can say.
Enter.
Yeah. Just wait for another 1 month.
Okay.
Then you are
Now you have
freezing.
to cd dot dot.
Manisha, you in Canada?
हाँ,
Are you in
enter.
India? Manisha?
और अब cp
Yes, sir.
Where are you? Where in
oxc
India?
dot tlt.
Canada, sir.
Oh, Canada. That's
Spelling
why
देखो
you
भाई
look very
अपना.
slim and you know that you no mom food, right?
Yes, sir.
complex dot tlt.
So I'm looking slim.
Sorry?
भाई oxc tlt.
You came from India to Canada, so people they lose weight, you know, because you know. that.
sir, I'm gaining weight right now.
After
Yeah, if
complex
you
dot
go every
tlt
day
it's
to mountain,
xyz slash
but taking
zzz.
the too much sweet, of course, you will gain weight, right?
No, sir.
Uh,
Enter.
Advent exam.
I think you are not going for the job, you know. Here the people they are going for the night shifts, the labor jobs. So
I'm
they might-
going.
Sorry?
I'm doing job, sir.
Okay. Yes, Kapil? What's the question?
You,
Yes, Kapil?
go to cd.
What's your
ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ
question?
ਗਲਤ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ.
I was like, I have accident.
ਤਾਂ ਜੇ ਤੇਰਾ ਵੀ
Yeah,
ਸੇਮ ਹੋ
man.
ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਗੜਬੜ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਹੈ. ਤਾਂ ਐਂ ਕਰ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ
This is last 2 shades.
ਤੇਰਾ ਐਨੀ ਡੈਸਕ
Okay,
ਨਾ
yeah.
ਆਕਾਸ਼ਦੀਪ ਨੂੰ ਦਿੰਨਾ. ਓਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ.
Konvesh?
हाँ
Bhavesh, what are the updates?
ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇੱਕ ਸਟੈਪ ਗਲਤ ਹੋਇਆ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਆਕਾਸ਼ਦੀਪ
Hurry
ਸਹੀ
up,
ਕਰ ਦੂਗਾ।
little faster.
ਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਕਹਿ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਆਪ।
Can I go to the CN tower, go to the network park?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Gurinder, where are you? In India, Canada?
India, sir.
It looks like, you're in India, it looks like the dark at your background.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. Were we
Okay.
supposed to do this with like super user permissions from the start?
Sometimes when we are going to install the what you call it, the operating and the software, okay, and
Yes,
the important the task. For example, you are going to create, or maybe you are going to do the normal, not normal activities, above the normal activities, and sometimes, for example, if you want to change what you call the configuration, or maybe SSH command when you're going to connect. So in that situation, even it will give you the error. What will happen when you're going to write down the command permission denied, right? Then you can add sudo command before that, and then you can run the.
Like I did first 9 steps in the user Edureka, and the 10th step is like to do it in super user,
Yes.
like in root folder. So how do I do that? Like I can't access ABC folder from root, right?
Yeah, how to access? So you should know the location, where it is located. So last time we have discussed about the absolute path, right? Absolute path means ls maybe sudo -i. So you will be in the root. You already know in which folder. So when you are in the XYZ folder, you can write on pwd. So you have to know the location. You have to know about the absolute path, right? So when you are going to write on ls, then you should know all the working directory. So then you can access. Otherwise, it will give you maybe you are not given the proper path. Understand? Proper location, proper directories. It might give you that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Did you get the point?
Yes, sir.
Muskan, what about you?
Sir, I have almost done, but last step is left.
Okay, good. Well done. Okay, Divjot Kaur.
Yes, sir. I'm left with the last step.
Sukhpreet.
I'm also at last step, sir.
Okay, hurry up. Who's the Vikrant?
Sir, I'm at the last step.
Okay, Twinkly Jot.
Seventh one.
Neha.
Sir, last 2 steps.
Okay. Roman Preet.
Done, sir.
Good. Arjun.
Stuck on the last step.
Kamal.
Still doing.
Karanbir.
Done, sir.
Good, well done. Another Karanbir is not attending. After the class, he left, after the attendance. Okay, another Karanbir. B-double-E. Sahil.
Yes, sir. The 2 minutes only.
Vanchika, what are the updates?
Sir, done, sir.
Okay. Tanno,
Done, sir.
okay. Uh, Gurlenko,
Doing, sir.
hurry up. Tushar,
Done, sir.
okay. Sukhmanpreet,
Sir, I'm doing last two.
okay. Akash, what about you? Are you finished?
Yes, sir. Finished.
Okay. Ranveer,
Done, sir.
Sarvapuri, Sarvapuri is not in the class. Okay. Thank you, Sarvapuri. Mohit.
Done, sir.
Where is your friend Sarvapuri?
So his laptop is not working, so we are trying to fix it. Video on. Hello?
Yes, Mohit.
Hello? Video on. बोल आवाज तो बना दी
Mohit, what's the question?
हेलो
Yes, sir.
सर ऊपरी सर मेरा नेटवर्क काम माय नेटवर्k was not working sir.
Why? You are sitting beside
Wi-Fi
you.
was disconnected sir. I am here only sir. I was recovering my laptop.
Hurry up, make it faster.
Yes sir.
Okay, I have already mentioned to you, if you have done this lab, if this exercise, then you are able to do the lab tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a lab test for 10%. Make sure you are well prepared for that lab. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so I didn't ask, I believe on you that this exercise, but if you have not done, do it, and tomorrow we have a one lab which has 10% marks. Okay? Okay then, see you tomorrow. Take care, bye.
Okay, thank you sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.